Hey guys, it's Basil. I'm another ice bucket challenger, but I thought I'd do something a little bit different and talk about the disease that's behind this crazy viral phenomenon that's going across the globe on the interwebs. ALS is known as motor neuron disease, where I'm from in Australia and in Scotland, and South Africa, New Zealand, parts of Asia. So there's a little bit of misunderstanding there to what's this ALS thing. And that's okay. And in America, it's Lou Gehrig's disease. He was a really famous baseball player, probably the best first baseman there ever was. And he contracted the disease, and it forced him to retire at the peak of his career, and then it killed him 2 years later. So because of his status in society, the disease is associated with his name. But the disease is really scary. So ALS causes muscle weakness and then eventually muscle atrophy. So your whole body just disintegrates, pretty much, it wastes away. So imagine that your fingers stop working, and then your hands stop working, and then your arms stop working, and then your whole body stops working, and then you have to be moved by somebody else. You can still feel everything, but you just can't control your muscles. And you struggle to eat, and then you can't eat anymore. You have to be fed, and then you can't digest properly, so you have to be fed through a tube. And you can't complain about that because you can't talk eventually, and you also ultimately can't breathe and have to have your breathing has to be aided by the devices, and eventually you die. It's 100% fatal at the moment. There's no known cure for ALS. That's why it's super scary. What also makes it messed up is that in 90 to 95% of cases, it's random. There's no associated risk factors with the disease, and then in 5 to 10% of cases, it's inherited. So not only when someone that you love in your family contracts the disease, you have to help them and then watch them slowly decline over a number of years and ultimately die. There's a chance that you're going to get it too. That to me it's crazy. It really hurts the brain to think about what that's like. And if you don't know about ALS or motor neuron disease, like, count yourself lucky at this point that you or your family haven't had to go through it, but then also take from this and become aware of it and help out and donate. That's the next big cause. Donate locally to ALS or motor neuron disease or Lou Gehrig's a foundation where they're doing some research so that that we know how to diagnose it, because that's still iffy, and then we know how to treat it, because at the moment there's only clinical trials, and then eventually, like, you want to find a cure. It's such a scary disease that no one should have to face, or their loved ones should have to face. So I think without further ado, I would like to nominate some more people. Let's spread the word. Pour some more ice on people's heads, and nominate and educate yourself and donate. So throwing it over to you, Nej Talomes, my good man. I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. Matt Witchen, just because I would love to see you doused in ice water, mate. And then tentatively putting it out to my documentary filmmaking heroes, Morgan Spurlock and Andrew Jenks. I'd love to see you guys having a crack at it, and yeah, just, you know, heroes of mine who have such a huge reach. I'd like to see what they come up with. So let's put some ice water on my head for a really good cause that hopefully doesn't have to be a good cause in a few years, and we can just be like, hey, remember when that was a thing? That was terrible. So let's do it. Okay, using some ice packs, some ice, and some Love Heart ice cubes on top. I was able to get this down to a couple of degrees. Here we go. All right, this is for such a good cause. Let's do it. Boy. Whoa. Oh. Yep. Wow.